All right, good evening. Sunday, June the 30th, the last day of June already. We are home from our camping trip. It's about 7:30 at night. We're just trying to finish up getting the kids in bed a little late. But we've got the camper unloaded, and which is good. It did start raining here just after we got it unloaded. So got that done, had supper, and just trying to, like I said, get the kids in bed. I'm going to walk downstairs and take a look at the grow room. So one thing that I had done before we left was I planted one tray of radish and one tray of peas. I set the trays down in a bigger tote that had water in it, so I could bottom water those. I've never done this before, but the goal was to have some microgreens for this coming weekend's farmers market. Otherwise, we wouldn't have had any. The planting schedule when we were going to be gone, the planting schedule versus when we were going to be gone on vacation, it was right through the blackout period. So I'm hoping that by me just bottom watering in a tray, that hopefully they'll be all right. So I don't know. Let's go take a look and see how everything fared over the last few days as we were gone. All right, so down here in the grow room, walking in, and these are the totes that I had put water in and set microgreens in. We've got some radish poking out on the side. Now I did put these and weight these instead of doing them how I normally do. And we've got a tray of peas. So let's open these up, see how they did. I did use trays that had holes in the bottom. So for the grow out, what I'll have to do is I'll pull them out and I'll set them in another tray that doesn't have holes in them, and then set them in the grow out. So let's uncover these and take a look. Alright, so there's the radish and the peas. Very yellow, of course, because they haven't been covered, but actually they look kind of taller than what they do normally. So I don't know, I'm going to set them out and get them under light. Did these up, one thing I noticed is the roots of the radish are sticking down into the water. So it looks like the peas are doing the same thing. Interesting. Alright, so I'll take these totes out and dump them. But all I did was used a couple pieces of half-inch PVC on the bottom, just hold the tray up, and then set the tray, filled it with water, and set the tray in there. So I don't see any signs of mold in there. Definitely see the root hairs down in there, but I don't see any signs of mold from what I can see, which is awesome. And peas definitely a little taller than what I normally have them at this stage, so I don't know. We'll see how much longer they take, and if they're going to be ready to harvest earlier or what the situation is. Moving over the hydroponics rack, so that bottom shelf is the one I should be harvesting this week. Looks like I need to adjust some lights pretty much on everything, but otherwise so far that looked to have fared okay. I'll check the totes, especially on the bottom ones, to see if they need some additional nutrient water to last the week. Sometimes they get a little low, especially the last week. These up here seem to be doing alright. Those were the newest planted, so I'm not too worried about that. Over here on the seed starter, it looks like I got all 18 germinated, and I need to do some thinning. So the problem that I thought of actually kind of after the fact, when I planted all 18, is I typically leave them in this seed starter for 2 weeks, and I need to start 6 more plants for this for the next week cycle. So and this is as many as I can get into here is the 18. So I have no room in the grow out rack, so I'm gonna have to figure out something creative to, at least for the next week, just get some seeds started. All right, well, I'm gonna finish up getting the kids in bed. I'm gonna come back down after a bit and finish up down here. I can give you another look a little later. Alright, here I've got everything taken care of in the grow room for tonight and about ready to call it a night. So nothing's really changed here. Have the radish and the pea microgreens under light. Down here I've moved down one of the lights, turned off a light and reprogrammed the timer to the appropriate amount of time. And I've got my 6 hydroponic plantings there and just a little bit of water, so hopefully that'll work for me, since I won't be able to use the seed starter because it's full. Hydroponics grow out rack, so I did add about 1.5 gallons of water into that tote. That tote was fine. Both of those were just fine. As well as those, I did adjust lights on everything and pull lights up as needed. Here in the seed starter, I went through and thinned everything down to a single plant in each of the Rockwool cubes, so I have that taken care of. They'll stay in here for another week yet before moving over to the grow out rack. Here on the microgreen seed starter rack, I've just got the covers up there. I did go ahead and fill 4 trays of soil for this week's plantings. That's a tray I need to take out. That's a tray of beets. I harvested that just before I went on vacation. I can go dump that. That's just my bin that I use for soaking Rockwool cubes, and then I just got extra trays and cleaned up those tubs there that I had the peas and radish in, and just set them down there. I've got this week I've got broccoli, kale, radish, and peas all weighed out, so they are ready to plant this week. Broccoli and kale will be tomorrow, and then we'll start soaking peas when Tuesday we'll start soaking peas, and then we'll plant radish and pea on Wednesday. Alright, well, this will be interesting. Hopefully you're looking at me the right way around. When I flip my screen around on the digital camcorder here, it's showing me upside down, but everything's upside down, including the time and stuff. It didn't flip. The screen normally flips so I can see myself correctly, but so we'll see how it turns out on the video when I go to edit it. But anyways, with that, I am going to call it a night. It's been a few late nights while out camping and just a lot going on today, so I'm gonna call her a night, and we'll check in with you again later.